My beloved child, today I want to ask you a question that may feel all too familiar. Are you stuck in a wilderness season? Are you feeling lost, like you're wandering aimlessly, unsure of what comes next? Are you tired, so tired of trying to move forward, only to find yourself back where you started, feeling like every effort is in vain? It's okay to feel this way, and you're not alone in these feelings. I know that this season feels endless. I know that the uncertainty weighs heavily on your heart, like a burden you can't put down, and each day feels like more of the same struggle. It feels like every day is a fight, and each unanswered question adds to your weariness. But today I need you to stay with me until the end, because what I am about to reveal might just be the key to understanding why you are here in this wilderness, and what I am doing in your life right now. Do not skip this message, because if you do, you might miss the very answer that your heart has been searching for. You may be in the middle of something you don't fully understand, but I promise you, there is a purpose and there is hope. Just as I led the Israelites through the wilderness, so I may be leading you. When the Israelites left Egypt, they probably thought their journey to the Promised Land would be quick. They expected to move from slavery to freedom without struggle, without delay. But instead, they found themselves wandering in the wilderness for 40 long years. It was a time of confusion, frustration, and fear. They questioned my presence, doubted my promises, and wondered why the journey was taking so long. My beloved, perhaps you feel the same way. Perhaps you thought that by now you would have reached the promised land of your dreams. That new job, that relationship, that breakthrough. But instead, you are wandering, waiting, and wondering if I have forgotten you. I want you to know today that I have not forgotten you. This wilderness is not a punishment. It is part of the journey, and it is filled with purpose. Just as the Israelites learned to depend on me completely, this is your time to discover deeper trust in me. The wilderness is a place of refining. It is where I strip away the things that are holding you back. The things you thought you needed, but were actually preventing you from becoming who I created you to be. Just as gold is refined by fire, this process is uncomfortable, but it brings out your true strength. When the Israelites were in the wilderness, I provided for them every step of the way. I sent manna from heaven when they were hungry, water from a rock when they were thirsty, and a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night to guide them. I was with them in every moment, even when they couldn't see the full picture. And I am with you now, providing for you in ways that you might not even recognize. You may not see the way forward, but I am here, leading you, guiding you, and preparing you for what is to come. This wilderness is not a place of abandonment. It is a place of preparation. You might wonder why it has to be so hard. Why does the wilderness feel so empty, so lonely? I understand that the silence can feel unbearable, and the loneliness can make you question everything. But I want you to know that I am with you. My child, the wilderness is where I draw you closer to me. When everything else is stripped away, when you have no choice but to rely on me, that is when you truly come to know me. Think of Moses, who spent 40 years in the wilderness before he was called to lead my people out of Egypt. It was in the wilderness that Moses learned to hear my voice, to trust my presence, and to rely on my strength. Without the wilderness, Moses would not have been ready for the task I had for him. And just like Moses, I am using this time to prepare you for something greater. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of something new. Every ending is the seed of a new beginning, and this is your season to grow. Stay with me, trust me, and let me use this season to draw you closer to my heart. Maybe you feel like you're going in circles, like you're making no progress at all. But what if I told you that every step, even the ones that feel like they are leading nowhere, are part of my plan? Like a tapestry being woven, you may only see the loose threads, but I see the beautiful pattern taking shape. The Israelites felt like they were wandering without purpose, but I was teaching them to trust me day by day. I was teaching them that I am their provider, their protector, their guide. And I am teaching you the same. Every delay, every detour, every moment of waiting is not wasted. It is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the promises I have for you. Trust that I see the bigger picture, that I am leading you even when it feels like you are standing still. If you are still with me, I want to ask you to reflect on this. What is it that you are holding on to that might be keeping you from moving forward? The Israelites had to let go of their desire to return to Egypt, their longing for the familiar, even if it meant going back to slavery. Sometimes in the wilderness, you long for what was, because at least it was known. But remember, the familiar is not always what's best for you, and I have something greater ahead. But I am calling you to let go of the past, to release your grip on the things that are holding you back, so that you can step into the future I have for you. It might be uncomfortable, it might be scary, but I promise you, what I have for you is far better than anything you are leaving behind. Think of Elijah, who found himself in the wilderness, feeling alone and ready to give up. He had just experienced a great victory on Mount Carmel, but now he was running for his life, hiding in the wilderness, feeling like he was the only one left. But it was there in the wilderness that I met him. I spoke to him not in the wind, not in the earthquake, not in the fire, but in a gentle whisper. My child, I know the wilderness can feel overwhelming. I know it can feel like you are all alone. But it is here, in the quiet, in the stillness, that I am speaking to you. It is here that you will hear my voice in a way that you cannot when the world is loud and busy. Do not fear the silence. Embrace it, for it is in the silence that I am closest to you. The silence is like a blanket wrapping around you, bringing you peace. If you are feeling lost, if you are feeling like you are wandering with no end in sight, I want you to remember this. The wilderness is not forever. Just as I led the Israelites out of the wilderness and into the promised land, I will lead you out as well. There is a promised land ahead of you, a place of fulfillment, of joy, of purpose. But right now, I am asking you to trust me in the journey. I am asking you to trust that even when you cannot see the way, I am making a way. Even when you feel lost, I know exactly where you are, and I am leading you step by step. You may not see the whole path, but trust that every step is guided by my loving hand. The wilderness is not the destination, it is the path that leads to the promise. Hold on, my child. Keep walking, keep trusting, and know that I am with you every step of the way. If this message is speaking to your heart, if you are ready to trust me even in the wilderness, I invite you to subscribe so that you can stay connected to my words, my love, and my guidance every day. By subscribing, you are taking a step of faith to stay rooted in my promises. Let's walk this journey together, one step at a time, one day at a time. You are not alone, and you never will be. I am with you, and I will never leave you. Think of Jesus, who was led by the Spirit into the wilderness for 40 days. He was tempted, he was hungry, he was alone. But it was in the wilderness that he overcame, that he prepared for the ministry that was ahead of him. The wilderness wasn't wasted time. It was sacred preparation. The wilderness was not a detour. It was part of the plan. And just like Jesus, you are not in this wilderness by accident. I am using this time to strengthen you, to prepare you, to equip you for what is ahead. Do not despise this season. Embrace it, for it is here that you are being shaped into who I created you to be. It is here that you are learning to rely on me in a deeper way, to trust my provision, to lean on my strength. My beloved child, I know that this season is hard. I know that you are tired, that you are weary, that you are longing for the promised land. But I want you to know that I am with you in every moment. I am the manna that sustains you, the water that refreshes you, the pillar of fire that guides you through the darkest nights. In every moment of need, I am there, meeting you right where you are. You are not alone, and you are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be, and I am leading you to a place of promise. Trust me, even when it doesn't make sense. Trust me, even when the path is unclear. I am with you, and I am for you, and I will never leave you. If this message has touched your heart, if you are ready to embrace this wilderness season and trust that I am working in it, I invite you to comment below, I trust you in the wilderness. Let this be your declaration today, a statement of faith, a step towards surrender. Share this message with your family and friends so that they too can be encouraged to trust in my guidance, even in the wilderness. Together, let's grow in faith. Let's learn to see the wilderness not as a place of wandering, but as a place of growth, of transformation, of intimacy with me. Let's walk this journey together, one step at a time, trusting that I am always leading you towards something greater. My beloved child, you are not alone. I am with you in every moment of this journey. The wilderness is not a punishment. It is a place of preparation, a place where you are being shaped, refined, and drawn closer to my heart. Trust